So that's the ex-girlfriend, is it?
The old ex-girlfriend.
The one that got away.
The one that got away.
That means escaped.
Yeah.
Must be hard for you to see your ex-girlfriend and your ex-hammer hanging out and getting on so well. What you up to, bro?
Talk to Daddy.
Huh?
Hey, there you are. Hey. I was just calling you.
The one that got away is something most of us can relate to as humans. Whether it be that girl or guy from college or from high school, or you just met around the way and you thought, damn, that was the one. And you constantly think about it, or you think about it every now and then. This is what I believe has happened to Santa Monica Studios, but in particular Corey Barlog, who has had one idea, one dream, one vision for a new IP that he's been holding on to for a very, very long time. You look at guys like Glenn Schofield, who started off in Black Ops Zombies, went over to Dead Space, from Dead Space to Callisto Protocol. You see a trend here? Space games, horror, that was in his system. Look at Hideo Kojima, Metal Gear Solid, and went over to make a Death Stranding game that has the same mechanics and vibes as Metal Gear Solid, but even more so, he always wanted to make a horror game. Of course, he had PT got canceled. Now he's making a horror game on Xbox, and he's stated in several interviews, because I've done breakdowns here on the channel, check the VODs, that he is now finally able to make the horror game he's always wanted to make. Look at Sam Lake, from Max Payne over to Control, over to the first Alan Wake, up until Alan Wake 2, which is the game that he always had in his mind, which was a mix of Alan Wake, Max Payne, and Control all into one. They always had these visions and dreams and goals and aspirations, I believe. So at the core, you're always going to be what you're going to be. Now let me tell you, this is very known knowledge that Santa Monica Studios is allegedly working on a sci-fi fantasy type game. This has been reported for years now, probably going all the way back to like 2018, 2019, right after God of War was finished. They're very much known in breaking up into a two-man team, which one half of the studio goes work on something else and the other half of the studio works on something else. And this is before they really had the clout after 2018 God of War came out. Now once again, I don't want to clickbait you. This is heavy speculation. I've been up for like 4 or 5 hours, hadn't slept much. I went down a rabbit hole and I'm losing my fucking mind. So I got to get this out of my system before I can move on with my day. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't feel like cutting these lights on. So bear with me. So if you just want to skip to what I believe the game is, it's timestamped down below. But if you have the time to let me bring this bitch full circle for you so the dots connect a little bit more, here we go. Off the rip, Corey Barlog is a troll. I mean, God tier troll. I mean, he does misdirections, this and that. He'll tweet this, say this, even from the Raising Cradles documentary. He wears a hoodie. I mean, he's a sneaky motherfucker. Respectfully, I like it because he tries to keep the excitement and the secrecy that video games used to have before every studio and vlog and YouTuber is trying to leak and find out what game it is. And truly, I don't really want to find out what it is. I just want to know I'm going in the right direction. So then after that, I'm gonna back off because I want to be live whenever they announce this shit. Hopefully in September at the PlayStation Showcase. Shout out to my boy Detective C's and R9, two of my YouTuber friends that's predicting PlayStation Showcase. Anyway, so let me start here. Originally, this is Corey Barlog's profile on Twitter. Now, less than 2 or 3 days ago, his banner wasn't this. He just recently changed this back to Atreus, but he removed it. But this is what it was a few days ago because I saved it because I know he's fucking sneaky. This is what it was for a few days. He changed it to because he had tweeted. I know I have his notifications on. I'm a super fanboy. By the way, if you don't know, he retweeted my reaction for God of War Ragnarok that blew the video up. So me and him basically best friends.
Cause my name is Corey Kinchin.
This is what he changed his banner to the other day, which is hilarious. Full beard, bodied up, own space. Just further increasing the narrative that they're working on a space game. But again, he just recently changed his back for whatever reason. Maybe because God of War Ragnarok PC has came out. I'm not sure, but he just recently changed this with no announcement. But he does this often. Then yesterday, he tweeted this with the full beard looking fantastic with a nice blur in the background and say Space 600. He's fucked rolling. So you know the internet went into heavy speculation. Not more speculation station than me though. Shout out Kind of Funny. So I've went and put in like, I found out that this location here, Space 600. So I went over here to Bear with me, bro. Told you I'm losing my fucking mind. That's why I'm starting to do like a lot more breakdown videos. I'm obsessed stuff. So I went over here. I put in the specified location. Now this is going to pull up and show that he was in Knockenham, Belgium somewhere. Search location. There you go. I think the image was taken two of these locations. Surfertain, Belgium, which is a 93.56% chance that he was in Belgium or Brazil or Slovenia. Either way, this motherfucker not in America. Again, this is me greatly overanalyzing it. From this point there, I went to Belgium, tried to find out if there was a Space 600 studio or game studio or office, and I was like, no, this is not adding up. Then somewhere in my memory bank of watching Raising Kratos for like 17 times, I remembered their office, their Santa Monica office, they had a similar sign style whenever the teams, it was Penn Station 1630, and this was the studio that they was working on the God of War. So then I was texting my boy Nine, who's a fantastic YouTuber. He's annoying. He was dipping his toe in it as well. I'll leave his channel linked in the description below. But he quickly figured out that the 600 is from their Santa Monica studios right now, because the Santa Monica studio is 13031 West Jefferson Boulevard, Suite 600 in Los Angeles, California. So that pretty much debunked what I was trying to do. Either way it go, there's some pieces in there connecting, but I let it go because I was spending way too much time just on that alone. But let's take a step back real quick to let you know how far this goes with Cory Barlog loving sci-fi and space. Cory Barlog's first game that he worked on was a game called Kinetica. It was a racing video game developed by Santa Monica Studio and published by Sony Computer Entertainment for the PlayStation 2. It was released in North America on October 16, 2001, and it was the debut game for Santa Monica Studios. Now, Kinetica is set in the future version of the Earth's major cities, outer space, and some fictional locations in the Earth's distant future. Cory's always had that sci-fi space dog in him. Since the very beginning, this was the game that he was the art director on. And for a time, he did work over at LucasArts, which of course is known for Star Wars. Just a tie-in I want to add in there. A few years back, his banner was actually the hypersleep chamber, which you've seen in Alien, Star Trek, pretty much every space thing ever created. So yeah, at this point, he's just having fun. But again, this was a few years ago. He's also a big Mass Effect fan as well. Okay. So let's bring this bitch home. Everything that I just mentioned, from Cory Barlog's tweets and his trolling, from the studio, from 2018 to 2022, changing directions and Eric Williams becoming the game director on Ragnarok, while Cory worked on this IP, and going all the way back to the beginning of the video when I was talking about the one that got away, the one that was always in your heart. At the time, you did not have the resources or the experience or the technology or whatever you needed. You didn't have it at the time to create what you wanted to make. But now I believe the one that got away was Internal 7, aka Darksiders. Yes, this was the canceled game from Santa Monica Studios that they was working on for over 36 months. It was coming along nicely. However, apparently the game was too ambitious for the PlayStation 4, and Sony did not want to take a chance on a brand new IP that wasn't proven to work, which is why they switched them over. They switched everybody over to the God of War game. Now, this is not confirmed, but no one really knew why they canceled working on the dark side. Because as you see in the images here and the play style here, if you see it in the images here and the art style here, this looked like it was about to be a bang. It was supposed to be an open world sci-fi shooter-esque game. He has some experience like sci-fi, like space writers. They had a guy from Battlestar Galactica writing on the game. It was in full tilt, full force. Now, I know I'm not the only one that has said this. This has been on the internet for a while, but I think they shelved that game. I don't think it was canceled, but I think they shelved it. Because Cory seems like he said, you know what? I bet we're going to shelve this right now. But this is before they had the PS5, before they had the clout, before they have all the shit that they have now. And they have over, what, $20 million in sales right now, even to the point now that they gave us a fucking free God of War DLC. That's when you know they're popping. So I think Cory spin the block, dusted off those old files for Darksiders, and they're going to use that as the base and the bone structure of what he wanted to make originally. Was his new IP that the reports just came out a few days ago from the employee that was on LinkedIn. So they're working on a new IP, because at first I thought it was going to be a Star Trek game, because Cory's a big Star Trek fan. I saw him talk about Star Trek. Some of the references he's made and some of his tweets and shit has been Star Trek. Well, I originally thought Star Wars. I was like, well, that doesn't make any sense, because for one, it's not a new IP, and for two, we have enough Star Wars games. He wouldn't want to do that. They're just completely separate from everything else. So a new IP, which was what they was working on originally, which was Cory's baby at the heart. Well, I mean, God of War was, but Darksiders Internal 7 was the one that they was all excited about. Shannon, that's the Santa Monica Studios, I think president or like the boss lady, all of them. Eric, everyone was all in on it. So this is what they're working on. Now, it may not be the same game that they was originally working on then, but I promise you, the art style and the basis and the core structure and the bones of the game they're working on is from that game that they was working on the original. But now, they have the place, they have everything they want at their disposal. They have the time they want, they have the fucking technology, they have the money and the budget. Corey's can tell them to fuck off. They're not gonna mess with him. Corey's like, hey, we gave you 2 bangers, we made you a lot of money, now let us go make us something new. Let us go do what we was doing at first. My fucking sci-fi space game. And I think it's gonna be linear too. I don't think it's gonna be open. I think it's gonna be a linear game. Similar like God of War, where it was linear, a little open-ish. That's what I truly believe in my heart of hearts. I can't imagine. Just going off everything I just told you in the history of all the game developers, how they want to make what they want to make as a creative, as an artist, as you want to do, like you can't shake it. It's what you want to do. It's what you're going to do. This is what they're doing. I think it's going to be Dark Side 2.0, but done right this time. And I believe they're going to unveil this next month at the rumored PlayStation Showcase. And for whatever reason, if not the PlayStation Showcase, then at the State of Play, or worst case, at the Game Awards. But I sure as shit, by the end of the year, we're going to know what they've been working on. And please come back to this video, because I'm going to make another video if I'm right. Trust me on that. I'm doing that thumbnail like this. But again, this is not like nothing groundbreaking in my opinion. This is just something that I wanted to piece together with a little more thought process, with a little more evidence to give myself hope and to just speak. But hey, who knows? Or it could be fucking trollers and they make a Santa Monica cowboy game, bro. So who knows? But that's all I got for now. I'll keep y'all updated as much as I can. But hey, that's just a theory.
Oh, stream. Wow, it's wow.